3 Senate Democrats are retiring, and all 3 seats could flip to Republicans in 2026. All 3 of them are in play, and this is very rare. Generally speaking, a new president will have 2 years to get their legislative agenda done. I don't know if that's by design from the powers that be, or if it's just the ebb and flow of the political zeitgeist in America, but it's been going on for decades now, okay? President comes in, they got their party controls the House and the Senate, they got 2 years, then come the first midterm, there's a bloodbath, and they lose either the House or the Senate or both. It's happened right now with President Trump, happened with Joe Biden, happened during President Trump's first term. Barack Obama, that's why we got Obamacare. He had 2 years, and then we got Obamacare. George W. Bush, same thing there. Bill Clinton, same thing there. They get 2 years, and then the opposition party takes control of one or both chambers in Congress. Well, that might not be the case this year, or this term. President Trump and the Republican Party have an opportunity to not only retain control of the House and the Senate, but they might actually be able to expand on their current majorities. An article over at the Epoch Times, 3 battleground Senate Democrats retire. What does it mean for 2026? I'll tell you what it means. It means that there's a good chance that Republicans can take even more control of the Senate. 3 long-serving Democratic incumbents have announced that their current term will be their last, raising questions about the potential outcome of the 2026 midterm elections. Since President Donald Trump and the Republicans took a trifecta in Washington in November, Senators Shaheen from New Hampshire, Peters from Michigan, and Smith from Minnesota have announced their retirements. Each seat lies in states decided by less than 5 points in 2024, making them right for either party to take. And in particular, so we won in Michigan, right? Republicans won Michigan. We lost Minnesota, but we lost by less than 5 points in a state where the governor was on the ticket. Okay, so that one is clearly up in the air, and depending upon who, and that's the key, by the way, it depends on who runs. Okay, it really will come down to, do we get a good Republican who's going to be strong and supported by President Trump and supported by other Republicans, and can they overcome any voter fraud issues or whatever, or is it going to be, same old, where the rhinos throw up somebody bad? We'll see. Hope for now. Back to the article. Some see the retirement of these Democrats as a sign that Republicans are primed to increase their current 53-seat majority in the Senate. Matt Johnston, a Republican strategist, told the Epoch Times that Republicans see the retirements as a sign of GOP surging, and that's absolutely the case. This is why people retire. According to Johnston, he says people retiring is usually an indicator that they feel like they're in for a fight, and they just don't have that fight left in them. So if you think that you're going to lose an election, if you think that your party's failing, which the Democrats are, you think that the opposition party is surging, which President Trump and the Republicans are, you might think, well, I can retire in whatever, glory, have a good legacy. Say, okay, I'm going to go off and do whatever in the private sector, make a lot of money. Or you can run for re-election, lose, and then you're out of D.C., leaving in shame. And a lot of people, when they see the writing on the wall, they realize that it's just going to be better for them to just back out, back down, step down, leave, go back into the private sector, or fight another day, maybe go back to state politics, whatever. Point is that this is an opportunity, and it's imperative that President Trump and the Republicans in the House and the Senate get more victories. I'm not talking about executive orders. I'm not talking about lawfare defeating lawfare. Those are important too, don't get me wrong. But for them, if they really are going to have an opportunity to be able to advance their majority in the Senate, to retain and even possibly advance their majority in the House, they're going to have to get some legislative wins, something to hang their hat on. Right now, they got nothing. And I know it's early, but it's not that early. I mean, you would have expected something to be codified by now. And no, the continuing resolution doesn't count as, oh my gosh, we got a CR passed. That's going to be a distant memory come election time, because it's going to run out before then. They're going to have to do something else. And before then, back in September, as a matter of fact. So they have currently done nothing. And they need to do something quick. They need to start getting legislative wins. And you might say, well, they can't really do much, not with the the slim majority in the Senate, the filibuster is going to stop them. That's where we get into the key to everything, the key to making sure that they get their legislative agenda in place, and that is through reconciliation. Reconciliation bills do not require they cannot be filibustered. You just need a simple majority, and therein lies their ability to not only make America great again and to assist President Trump in his agenda, but also to start setting the stage for victory after victory after victory that come 2026 midterms, they can say, we did this stuff and we want to keep doing more. And the American people will then say, if they do it right, the American will then say, fine, keep going. You got 2 more years to make it happen. Thank you so much for watching that video. If you have not already, now would be a great time for you to subscribe and to give me a thumbs up. It's just a couple of clicks, but it dramatically helps me, my family, and of course it helps the United States of America.